Today, we're diving into a topic that many of us, especially those with aging parents or grandparents, might have noticed, but rarely talk about openly. It's something that can quietly, almost invisibly, create a subtle distance between generations. And it's often referred to as the old person smell. Now, before you click away, I want to assure you, this isn't about shaming or making anyone feel bad. Quite the opposite. This is about understanding, empathy, and most importantly, finding a solution to a problem that affects so many families, often without anyone realizing its true impact. Let me start with a few stories that might hit close to home. Imagine Nancy, a vibrant 68-year-old grandmother. She loves her grandkids more than anything. One afternoon, her youngest granddaughter, usually so eager for a hug, recoils slightly and says, "Grandma, you smell a little funny. I don't want to sit so close." Nancy's heart sank. She was devastated, confused. What was this funny smell? Then there's George. He's in his early 70s, active and independent. He overheard his son talking to a friend, and he heard the friend comment about that old people's smell. George was shocked. He'd never considered he might have it, and the idea that his own son's friends were noticing it, well, it was a punch to the gut. And Betty, 65, who used to have her grandchildren constantly clamoring to sit on her lap, now notices they prefer to sit on the couch next to her, never quite in her embrace anymore. She feels a quiet sadness, a subtle ache that she can't quite put her finger on. Is it just that they're growing up, or is there something else at play? These aren't isolated incidents. These are real feelings, real experiences, and they're far more common than you might think. Dr. Henry Thompson, a highly respected geriatrician with over 40 years of experience, someone who's seen more than 10,000 elderly patients in his career, has a compelling insight. He states that a staggering 99% of individuals over 60 are completely unaware of this distinct body odor. They simply don't smell it on themselves. But here's the kicker. The people around them absolutely do. Think about that for a moment. Most of our aging loved ones are completely oblivious to something that can subtly yet powerfully influence how their family members, their friends, and even their caregivers interact with them. And what makes it even harder is that most families, out of love, respect, or simply discomfort, never dare to bring it up directly. It's the elephant in the room that no one wants to address, leaving our elders in the dark, wondering why those warm embraces might be a little less frequent, why conversations might feel a little more distant. This silence creates a painful disconnect. Our elders feel isolated or confused, and their loved ones feel guilty or uncomfortable. But what if I told you there's a simple, effective solution? What if I told you that in just the next 3 minutes, I'm going to share a method that can eliminate up to 90% of this specific, often unpleasant odor? This isn't just theory. This is a practical, proven approach that Dr. Thompson himself has successfully implemented with over 1,000 of his own patients. Imagine the relief, the renewed closeness, the joy of knowing that this subtle barrier can be removed, allowing for more genuine, uninhibited connection with your loved ones. I've seen firsthand the positive changes this can bring. My own grandmother, who was initially skeptical, saw a remarkable shift in how comfortable her great-grandchildren became around her after adopting these simple steps. It wasn't just about the smell, it was about the renewed confidence, the unburdened joy of family interaction. So if you've ever wondered about this, if you've ever noticed it in someone you care about, or even if you're concerned about yourself, stay tuned. Because in the next few moments, we're going to unlock a secret that can truly transform relationships and bring back that precious closeness we all cherish. Let's get started. If you're just joining us, in the first part of this video, we talked about the emotional impact of what's often called the old person smell. Those subtle but often painful moments when our aging loved ones, or even we ourselves, might feel a disconnect due to an unnoticed body odor. We heard stories from Nancy, George, and Betty, and we acknowledged that this is a widespread, often unspoken issue. Now, it's time to pull back the curtain and really understand why this happens. And I want to be very clear from the outset. This is not about poor hygiene. This is not about someone not showering enough or not taking care of themselves. This is a natural biological phenomenon that comes with aging. Understanding the science behind it isn't just fascinating. It's the key to truly solving the problem, rather than just masking it. So let's break down the three main scientific reasons behind this particular scent. First, let's talk about sweat. We often think of sweat as something that makes us smell bad, but it's actually a crucial part of our body's natural detoxification and cleaning system. When we're younger, our bodies are sweat-producing machines. An adult in their 20s or 30s might produce over a liter of sweat a day. This sweat helps flush out toxins and keeps our skin clean. But here's the thing. As we age, specifically after the age of 60, our sweat production can actually decrease by more than half. Think about that for a second. Less sweat means fewer toxins are naturally flushed from the skin. These toxins and other waste products start to accumulate on the skin's surface. And when you have accumulated waste, what thrives? Bacteria. These bacteria then break down those accumulated substances and voila, a distinct odor emerges. Take Nancy Clark, for example, a vibrant 71-year-old. She showered daily, used good soaps, but still, her family noticed a persistent smell. The issue wasn't her hygiene. It was her body's natural reduction in its cleansing mechanism. Or Robert Evans, 73, who found that despite being very active, the fresh feeling after a workout didn't last as long as it used to. Less sweat means less natural cleansing. The second and arguably most significant factor is a change in our sebum. Sebum is that oily, waxy substance produced by our skin glands. It's what keeps our skin lubricated and protected. When we're young, our sebum has a certain chemical composition. But as we age, particularly after 50, and peaking around 70, the chemical makeup of this sebum transforms. Our bodies start producing a specific compound called non-enol. This isn't just any old fatty acid. Non-enol is a unique oxidized fatty acid that is largely absent in younger individuals. It's the primary culprit, the chemical signature, if you will, of the old person's smell. It has a distinctive, somewhat grassy, slightly greasy scent that is very difficult to ignore once you've recognized it. And because it's oil-based, it adheres to clothing and skin, making it particularly persistent. So it's not just old skin. It's a specific chemical change within the skin's natural oils. This is why no amount of showering with regular soap fully eliminates it, because you're dealing with a deeply embedded, newly produced compound. Finally, the third factor often overlooked is a change in our oral environment. As we get older, particularly after 60, our salivary glands become less active. We can experience a reduction of over 50% in saliva production. Saliva is more than just spit. It's a powerful natural cleanser for our mouths. It helps wash away food particles, neutralize acids, and keep bacteria in check. When saliva production decreases, our mouths become drier, creating a perfect breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria. This leads to what's commonly known as dry mouth, and it can significantly contribute to persistent bad breath, which can then contribute to the overall old person smell perception. Think of Linda Harris, 69, who found herself constantly reaching for mints and still feeling self-conscious. It wasn't just about what she ate, it was a fundamental shift in her mouth's natural defenses. Now, knowing all of this, you might be thinking, okay, so it's not hygiene, it's biology. But here's where a common mistake comes in. Because these smells are often subtle and pervasive, many older individuals, perhaps sensing something is off but not knowing what, resort to a familiar strategy. They try to cover it up. They might douse themselves in cologne, perfume, or strong deodorants. And unfortunately, this is often the worst thing you can do. Imagine Frank Wilson, 88. He'd layer on strong aftershave, thinking it would make him smell fresher. But because non-enol is an oil-based compound, and because it's mixed with the unique scents from decreased sweat and dry mouth, adding a layer of artificial fragrance often creates an even more distinct and frankly more unpleasant combination. It doesn't eliminate the underlying smell, It just creates a chemical cocktail that can be even harder to be around. It's like trying to cover up the smell of an onion with a rose. You just get a rose onion. So now we understand the why. We know it's not a personal failing, but a natural process. And we also know that simply masking it won't work. But here's the good news. Because we understand the root causes, we can tackle them directly. In the next part, I'm going to share the specific actionable steps, the same methods that have helped hundreds of Dr. Thompson's patients and my own family to significantly reduce this odor, allowing for more comfort, confidence, and genuine connection. Stay with me because the solution is simpler and more effective than you might think. If you've been with us since the beginning, you know we've delved deep into the emotional impact of the old person's smell, and more importantly, the fascinating science behind why it happens. We learned it's not about poor hygiene, but rather natural biological changes like decreased sweat, the unique compound nonanal in our sebum, and changes in saliva. Now, for the part you've all been waiting for, the solution. And I promise you, these aren't complex, expensive, or time-consuming fixes. These are simple, actionable daily habits that, when consistently applied, can make a profound difference. This isn't guesswork. This method is the result of over 50 years of dedicated research by experts like Dr. Henry Thompson, and it has shown remarkable results, with a stunning 97% of patients reporting a significant improvement. Imagine that. Almost everyone who tried it saw a real difference. Take James Parker, a spry 75-year-old who told Dr. Thompson he felt like a new man, more confident in social settings than he had been in years. So, let's dive into these powerful, everyday habits. Rule number 1, hydrate with warm water. This might sound almost too simple, but it's foundational. Water is your body's natural detoxifier. It helps flush out toxins through your urine, keeping your internal system cleaner. We're not talking about just any water. Warm water is particularly effective because it's easily absorbed and can stimulate your internal organs gently. Start your day with a warm glass of water right when you wake up. This kickstarts your metabolism and aids in toxin elimination. Your goal throughout the day should be around 6 glasses of warm water. Now, don't feel overwhelmed. You don't need to chug it all at once. Try this simple schedule. 1 glass first thing in the morning, 1 before or after lunch, 1 around 3 p.m., 1 before dinner, and a final small glass before bed. A crucial note here, coffee and tea do not count. In fact, coffee is a diuretic, meaning it can actually dehydrate you. If you're a coffee lover, that's fine. But just remember to drink an additional glass of water for every cup of coffee you consume. Margaret Adams, a 72-year-old, told me she felt noticeably cleaner from the inside out just by consistently following this water routine. It truly makes a difference. Rule number 2, embrace gentle sunlight and movement. This isn't about intense workouts, but rather about intentional, gentle activity. Aim for about 20 minutes of walking in soft sunlight. This means before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m., when the sun's rays are less harsh. Why? 2 powerful reasons. First, sunlight is a natural antiseptic. It can help kill bacteria on your skin. Second, gentle walking helps you achieve a light, healthy sweat. Remember how we talked about decreased sweat production in older age leading to toxin buildup? This gentle perspiration is just enough to help your body naturally expel those accumulated toxins without overexertion. Fred Taylor, who used to feel stagnant, found that his daily walks, even short ones, gave him a renewed sense of freshness and energy. It's about working with your body, not against it. Rule number 3, daily warm showers with a twist. Yes, daily showering is important to wash away accumulated grime and bacteria, but the temperature matters. Use warm water, around 37 to 40 degrees Celsius, 98 to 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid excessively hot water, as it can strip your skin of its natural protective barrier, leading to dryness and potentially worsening the situation. And here's a crucial tip. Once a week, if you have access, try a 20-minute warm bath at 37 degrees Celsius, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. The warm water helps to open up your pores, allowing for deeper cleansing and toxin release. Now, for the most important secret when you're showering, this takes just 3 minutes, but it's transformative. You need to focus on thoroughly scrubbing 3 key areas: skin folds and creases. Think about your neck, armpits, under the breasts, belly button, groin, behind the knees and elbows, especially the back of your neck and behind your ears. These are natural traps for sweat, moisture, and bacteria. Use a soft washcloth or a gentle loofah and cleanse these areas gently but thoroughly. Susan Brooks, 66, was amazed at the difference just focusing on her neck and behind her ears made. She said she felt truly clean for the first time in years. Hairy areas. Your armpits, chest, and scalp are prime locations for sweat and sebum to get trapped in hair follicles. When you shampoo, don't just wash your hair. Really massage your scalp to loosen any buildup. For men, pay extra attention to chest and abdominal hair. Tom Harris, 62, found that a dedicated scalp massage during his shower made a huge difference in his overall body scent. Sweaty extremities. Your feet, between your toes and palms, are packed with sweat glands. These areas are bacterial havens. Make sure you meticulously wash your feet, and especially between your toes. After showering, it's vital to dry these areas completely before putting on socks or shoes. Moisture is bacteria's best friend. John Miller, 68, who had struggled with foot odor for years, found that thorough drying and focusing on his toes transformed his comfort. Beyond these daily routines, your diet and lifestyle play a massive role. Eat antioxidant-rich foods. Antioxidants help combat the aging process at a cellular level, which directly impacts the production of nonanol. Incorporate foods like tomatoes, apples, strawberries, buckwheat, and brown rice. Paul King, 79, credits his improved vitality to adding more of these foods to his plate. And here's a surprising one: garlic. Despite its strong smell, the allicin in garlic has powerful antibacterial and antioxidant properties that can actually help reduce overall body odor. Hydrating fruits and vegetables. Foods high in water content, like watermelon, pears, and yes, more tomatoes, help your body flush out toxins through urination just like drinking water. Think about making refreshing smoothies with these ingredients. Nancy Miller, who we heard about at the beginning, found these hydrating foods made her feel lighter and fresher. Impeccable oral hygiene. Since reduced saliva contributes to mouth odor, brushing your teeth at least twice a day, ideally 3 times, and, critically, scraping your tongue are non-negotiable. Your tongue is a major reservoir for odor-causing bacteria. A tongue scraper removes that film, making an immediate and significant difference to your breath. Limit coffee and alcohol. We talked about coffee's dehydrating effect. Alcohol is even trickier. When your body metabolizes alcohol, it produces a compound called acetaldehyde, which can be released through your sweat, creating a distinct, unpleasant odor. George Carter, 71, found switching from his evening drink to barley tea not only improved his sleep, but also noticeably reduced any lingering body odor. Ensure adequate fiber intake. This might seem unrelated, but it's vital. Fiber keeps your digestive system healthy and prevents constipation. When you're constipated, toxins that should be eliminated are reabsorbed into your bloodstream and can then escape through your skin. Foods like brown rice, whole grains, and plenty of vegetables keep your gut happy and your body clean from the inside out. Margaret Evans, 77, shared that a fiber-rich diet not only eased her digestion, but also gave her a renewed sense of overall well-being. You see, these aren't radical changes. They are small, consistent habits that work together to address the root causes of the old person smell. This isn't just about personal hygiene. It's about reclaiming comfort, confidence, and genuine connection. Imagine the joy of unrestricted hugs, comfortable conversations, and the feeling of complete ease in your own skin. If you or someone you love has been affected by this, I truly hope these practical solutions empower you. It's a journey, but every small step makes a huge difference. Give these habits a try, and you might just rediscover a fresh sense of self and deeper connections with those you cherish most. So far, we've explored the emotional impact of the old person smell, delved into the fascinating biological reasons behind it. Remember nonanol, reduced sweat, and changes in oral health? And most importantly, we've covered the powerful daily habits that directly address these bodily changes, from hydration to mindful showering. But our journey to a truly fresh environment doesn't stop there. While internal health and personal hygiene are paramount, our clothing, bedding, and even our living spaces can become silent reservoirs for these accumulating odors if not managed correctly. And just like we discussed earlier, simply masking these smells won't work in the long run. We need to eliminate them at the source. So let's talk about how to extend that feeling of freshness to everything around you. These are simple, common-sense practices that, when combined with our previous steps, create a complete, all-encompassing solution. 1. Your second skin, clothing and underwear care. Think of your clothes as a second skin. They absorb everything your body releases: sweat, oils, and yes, even those non-anal compounds. So it stands to reason that what you wear needs consistent attention. Change your underwear daily. This one might seem obvious, but it's foundational. Your underwear is in close contact with areas prone to sweat and bacteria buildup. And when it comes to material, cotton is your best friend. It's breathable, absorbent, and allows your skin to breathe, reducing moisture and bacterial growth. For your outer clothes, especially in warmer months or if you've been active, change them frequently. Don't wear the same shirt for days on end, even if you think it looks clean. Those subtle odors can accumulate quickly. And here's a fantastic natural tip. If you have the space and sunlight allows, air your clothes outside in direct sunlight after washing. Sunlight isn't just for drying. It's a powerful natural disinfectant and deodorizer. It helps kill bacteria and dissipate odors that detergents alone might miss. It's a trick my grandmother always swore by, and there's real science to back it up. 2. Your sanctuary. Bedding hygiene. We spend a significant portion of our lives in bed. And during that time, our sheets, pillows, and blankets are absorbing everything from sweat and skin oils to dead skin cells. This creates a perfect environment for bacteria and dust mites, which can contribute to lingering odors. Wash your bed sheets at least once a week. This should be a non-negotiable part of your weekly routine. For pillowcases, consider washing them even more frequently, perhaps every few days. Your face and hair are in direct contact with your pillowcase for hours, transferring oils and products. And here's a point many people overlook. Your pillows and blankets have a lifespan. Even with regular washing, over time, pillows and comforters can accumulate bacteria, dust mites, and odors deep within their fibers. Aim to replace your pillows every 1-2 years and your blankets/comforters every 5-10 years, depending on their quality and how often they're washed. It might seem like an extra expense, but it's an investment in your personal freshness and overall well-being. Think of it as a reset button for your sleep environment. 3. Grounding your freshness. Shoe and sock care. Your feet have some of the highest concentrations of sweat glands on your body, and when they're confined in shoes and socks, it can quickly lead to an unpleasant environment. Just like underwear, change your socks daily. Again, cotton socks are superior because they wick away moisture better than synthetic materials. And here's a tip for your shoes. Rotate your footwear. Don't wear the same pair of shoes every single day. Having at least 2 or 3 pairs that you alternate allows each pair to fully dry out and air out between wears. This prevents moisture buildup, which is a breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria. For an easy and effective odor absorber, sprinkle a little baking soda inside your shoes overnight. Baking soda is a fantastic natural deodorizer. Just tap it out in the morning and you'll notice a significant difference. It's a simple trick that works wonders. Acts 4. Your living space. Room ventilation. Even if you're doing everything else right, a stale, poorly ventilated room can trap odors. Air circulation is key to preventing buildup. Make it a habit to open your windows twice a day, for at least 10 minutes each time, in the morning and evening. This simple act creates a cross breeze that flushes out stale air and brings in fresh air. Pay particular attention to areas where moisture and odors might accumulate, like bathrooms and kitchens. After a shower or cooking, open those windows or turn on the exhaust fan. And just like with shoes, baking soda can be your ally in the bathroom and other small spaces. Place an open box or a small dish of baking soda in your bathroom. It will quietly absorb odors from the air. You see, when we combine conscious self-care with mindful attention to our immediate environment, our clothes, our bedding, our shoes, and our homes, we create a holistic system that actively works against the development of the old person smell. This isn't about being obsessed with cleanliness. It's about understanding the science and taking simple, proactive steps to ensure comfort, confidence, and genuine connection. These aren't just tips, they're habits that can fundamentally transform how you feel in your own skin and how you interact with the world around you. Imagine the peace of mind knowing you've addressed this often unspoken issue head-on, allowing for truly uninhibited moments with your loved ones. I genuinely believe that by implementing these practices, you or your loved ones will experience a profound difference. Give these steps a try, and let's together build a world where subtle odors never stand in the way of heartfelt connections. Hey everyone, and thank you for staying with me on this journey. We've covered a topic that, for many, is deeply personal and often unspoken. The phenomenon of the old person smell. We began by acknowledging the quiet heartache and subtle distance it can create, hearing stories from individuals like Nancy and George, whose experiences resonated deeply. We then pulled back the curtain on the science, understanding that this isn't about hygiene, but rather the natural biological changes that come with aging. Things like reduced sweat, the emergence of that unique compound, nonenal, and changes in our oral health. And we dispelled the myth that simply masking the odor works because it often just makes things worse. Then, in our last segment, we dove into the practical, powerful solutions, the simple daily habits that address the root causes. So, let's quickly recap the key strategies we've discussed. A simple roadmap to reclaiming comfort, confidence, and connection. Hydration is key. Remember to drink at least 6 glasses of warm water daily, starting first thing in the morning, and adding an extra glass for every cup of coffee. Embrace gentle sunlight and movement. Just 20 minutes of walking in soft sunlight, before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m., can help cleanse your body and invigorate your spirit. Mindful showers with a focus. Daily warm showers. 37 to 40 degrees Celsius, 98 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. With a weekly warm bath, and critically, that 3-minute focus on scrubbing skin folds, hairy areas, and sweaty extremities. Nourish your body from within. Integrate antioxidant-rich foods like tomatoes, apples, and brown rice, and lean into hydrating fruits and vegetables like watermelon and pears. Prioritize oral health. Make brushing at least twice daily and consistent tongue scraping non-negotiable. Smart sips. Limit caffeine and alcohol, opting for more hydrating choices like water or herbal teas. Fiber for gut health. Ensure sufficient fiber intake to support healthy digestion and prevent toxins from re-entering your system. Freshen your wardrobe. Change underwear daily, outer clothes frequently, and use cotton for breathability. Don't forget the power of sunlight for natural deodorizing. Renew your sleep sanctuary. Wash bed sheets weekly, pillowcases more often, and remember to replace old pillows and blankets. Care for your feet. Change socks daily, rotate your shoes, and use baking soda to keep footwear fresh. Air out your space. Ventilate your rooms daily by opening windows and using baking soda to absorb lingering odors in key areas. Beyond just smelling better, now I want to emphasize something truly profound. The benefits of these changes extend far beyond simply getting rid of a smell. Think about it. When you focus on adequate hydration, what happens? Your skin often looks better. Your energy levels might improve, and your overall bodily functions become more efficient. When you walk in the sun, you're not just breaking a light sweat. You're boosting your mood, getting crucial vitamin D, and supporting your cardiovascular health. When you choose antioxidant-rich foods, you're fighting inflammation and supporting healthy aging from the inside out. These aren't just odor-reducing tactics, they are holistic pillars of wellness that can significantly improve your overall quality of life. Consider Margaret Adams, who we mentioned earlier. After consistently adopting these habits, she told me, "It's not just that I smell better, I feel better. I have more energy, my skin feels healthier, and honestly, I feel more confident when my grandchildren come over. The little ones are back to snuggling in my lap, and that's a joy I didn't realize I was missing so much." This isn't just about avoiding an awkward conversation. It's about fostering deeper, more comfortable, and more loving relationships. It's about strengthening family bonds and enhancing social connections without that unspoken barrier. The renewed self-confidence that comes from knowing you feel and present your best is invaluable. It removes a subtle, often invisible burden, allowing you to fully engage with life and your loved ones without any lingering self-consciousness. Your fresh start today. So, what are you waiting for? Life is too short for unspoken distances or subtle discomforts. Don't wait for a comment or a feeling of regret. These are simple, actionable steps that can bring about profound positive changes, not just in how you or your loved ones are perceived, but in overall health, well-being, and the joy of uninhibited connection. Start today. Pick one or two of these tips and incorporate them into your routine. Then, gradually add more. You might be amazed at the difference it makes in a matter of weeks. Our golden years should be filled with warmth, closeness, and vibrant connections. By addressing this often overlooked aspect of aging, we're not just improving our physical well-being, we're enriching our lives and the lives of those we cherish. I hope this video has been helpful, informative, and most importantly, empowering. If you found value in this, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with someone who might benefit, and subscribing for more content that helps us navigate life's unique challenges with grace and practical solutions. Stay fresh, stay confident, and most importantly, stay connected.